Hello children, today I am going to start English literature lesson number 2, the visit to the mansion. Today I will explain this chapter. First of all, tell me what is mansion. Children, mansion is a huge house, very beautiful and very big. It is a large impressive house. Okay, let us start now. Jo March sometimes stood before her old brown house and looked at the stately mansion of the Lawrences. She knew that only old Mr. Lawrence and his grandson Laurie lived there. But to her, the mansion seemed to be an enchanted place, filled with delightful things. She longed to see them and befriend Laurie, who looked very lonely and shy. So she decided to visit the Lawrence mansion and tell Mr. Lawrence to allow Laurie to leave the house and play. Befriend means to make friends with. Okay, so Jo March is a girl and Laurie is a boy in this chapter. Jo March used to live in an old brown house and Laurie used to live in a very big mansion. They both lived in their neighbors. She used to see the mansion and she loved the mansion. She also knew that only two people live in this mansion. One is Mr. Lawrence and other one is Laurie, Mr. Lawrence's grandson. Laurie is Mr. Lawrence's grandson. When she sometimes see Laurie, she found him very upset and very shy. She was having very sympathy with Laurie because he always remained upset and dull. So she was thinking to meet Mr. Lawrence for allowing Mr. Lawrence or allowing Laurie to come out and play, and she wanted to do friendship with Laurie. Okay, so now let us begin. One snowy afternoon, Jo saw Mr. Lawrence drive off. She set out towards the mansion and looked around. It was completely quiet. One day, when there was snowfall everywhere, Jo saw that Mr. Lawrence had gone somewhere, and then she was thinking to go to the mansion. So she started walking towards it, and while going there, she saw that it was completely quiet there. Suddenly, she spotted a curly head leaning against a desk at an upper window. There he is, thought Jo. Poor boy, I will toss up a snowball and make him look out. Suddenly, what happened? She saw Laurie peeping out the window, and she was very unhappy to see him because she felt that he is not well, he is not good. He was looking very dull, quiet, unhappy, and shy. So she thought to make a ball of snow and throw towards Laurie so that he looked towards her. Up went a ball of snow and the head turned at once. Laurie peeped out, eyes bright with wonder, when he spotted Jo. He began to smile. Then what happened? As given in the picture, you just I think you can see here in the picture. Here is Joe March, and here is Laurie. When Joe March had seen that Joe that Laurie was peeping out of the window, she thought to make a snowball, and you can see here she made a snowball, and uh, she she threw the ball towards Laurie. Joe was throwing the ball of snow towards Laurie, and when Laurie saw the ball of snow, he looked Joe, and he was very surprised to see Joe, and he was very happy to see her. So he gave a smile. Then let us see what happened now. Up went a ball of snow, and the head turned at once. This I said now. What happened? As as Laurie saw that that ball of snow, he saw who is throwing that ball, who was throwing that ball. So there was Joe, and he was happy to see her, and he has given her smile. Joe called out, "How do you do? Are you sick?" Laurie croaked hoarsely, "I have a bad cold and it's very dull here. Will you come upstairs and talk to me, please?" Then Joe asked Laurie that, "How are you? Are you sick? Are you not well?" Laurie replied in very harsh and dull voice that he was having the bad cold, and he requested her to come upstairs and talk to him. "I will ask mother. Wait." So Joe said, "Okay, I will ask my mother and then I will come." Then see what happened. Excited, Laurie flew about to get ready and tidy his room. A little later, there was a loud ring followed by quick footsteps. Then there was a knock on his door, and Joe appeared. She was carrying a covered dish in one hand and three kittens in the other. Flew about means ran around in a hurry. So, what happened? Laurie was very excited, and he rushed inside and cleaned his room and also changed his clothes. And after a few minutes, he heard the bell, and he also heard that someone climbing the footsteps. He opened the door, and he saw that Joe was there with one dish in one hand and three kittens in the other hand. What are kittens? Kittens means baby of cat. So she hold it in one hand the dish, and in the other hand three kittens. "Here I am," she said briskly. "Mother sent her love. Meg sent some of her delicious blancmange, and Beth thought her cats would be comforting. I knew you had laughed at them, but I couldn't refuse." She was very happy, as I told you that Joe also wanted to visit the mansion, and when Laurie said to come and talk to him, she was very happy. Joe was very happy. to visit the mansion. So she shouted with great joy when she reached there. She shouted with great joy, with full of energy. Briskly means with full of energy. Here I am. And she said that her mother sent lots of love for him, and her sister Meg sent delicious dish blancmange. Blancmange is a sweet dish, and her other sister Beck sent three kittens to make Laurie happy. And she said that she knows that it is very strange to bring kittens, but uh, but she said that I couldn't refuse my sister, because if I refuse her, she would feel bad. So I brought all of the things which her family member sent with her. The kittens turned out to be just the thing, as Laurie started laughing over them and soon grew cheerful. Looking at the kittens, what happened then? Looking at the kittens, Laurie became very happy. When Joe saw the blancmange, when Joe saw the blancmange to Laurie, then Laurie said that the dish is looking very delicious, very yummy and very delicious to eat. Then Joe said that yes, it is very delicious, and it also very soft. It is also very soft. You can easily eat it because you are having bad throat, painful throat, and you can eat it very easily. It will not hurt you. Then what happened? That's look too pretty to eat, he said, smiling as Joe showed him the blancmange. It is soft and will slip down without hurting your sore throat, said Joe. That's what I told you. Looking at the dish, Laurie said that it looks very delicious, and then Joe said yes, it is very delicious, and it is very soft too. You will not hurt. How kind you are, said Laurie. Now please take the big chair and let me do something to entertain you. Laurie said that you are very kind. You are very kind that you remember that I am not well. I am having having pain in my throat. My throat is also not well. Then Joe said that okay, that is fine. Then Laurie said, now please take one chair and I will do something to entertain you, to make you happy. Then what happened? Then no, you should rest. I shall read to you. Shall I read to you? Asked Joe, looking at some books nearby. Joe said, no, you are not well. You should take rest. You are not well. And looking at some books, she said, should I read the books for you? I have read all of them, and if you don't mind, I'd like to talk, answered Laurie. Then Laurie said, no, I have already read these books. I just want to talk to you. You please talk to me. Not a bit, Beth says I keep talking all day and never know when to stop. Then what Joe said, no, I can't because my sister Beck always says that I talks too much and I don't know when to stop. Then what happened? Is Beth the rosy one who sometimes goes out with a little basket? Asked Laurie with interest. Then Laurie asked very keenly, showing very interest, that who sister? Back. Back is that the rosy one to whom I sometimes seen her goes out with a little basket. That is your sister. Okay, then in the next page, just see what happened. Yes, that's Back. The pretty one is Meg, and the curly hair had one is Amy, I believe. Laurie paused. Then what happened? Joe said, yes, that is Back, my sister. Then what? Laurie again started. He said, the pretty one is Meg, and the curly had one is Amy, I believe. He said, Laurie again said that I think that pretty one is Meg and the one who is having curly hair is Amy. He said that then what happened? Sometimes he then added shyly, I often hear you talking to each other. Sometimes when I see you all sitting around the table with your mother, it's like looking at a picture. Laurie poked the fire to hide the sudden trembling of his lips. Poke the fire means to lit the fire. Okay. So then what happened? He said that sometimes sometimes I hear you all talking to each other, and I sometimes see you all sitting together, and it is very beautiful to see all of you sitting together, talking, laughing, but immediately a thought came in his mind. He started thinking that what Joe think about him, hearing that I used to see her and family see her and her family like this. Then to make some distance from her, he started putting the sticks to lit the fire, putting the sticks into the fire to lit it. See, you can see here this is the family in this picture of Joe and Laurie was looking to her family. Now Joe was touched while he was unable and lonely. She was happy at home with her mother and sisters. You could just come and visit us, she said gently. Mother would be glad to welcome you, and you will have jolly times with my sisters and me. Wouldn't your grandpa let you? What Joe said. Joe was touched while he was unwell and lonely. She was happy at home with her mothers and sisters. Then what happened? Joe felt very sorry, very unhappy, because she was thinking that when Laurie was not well, he was unwell. She was busy with her family, enjoying with them. But she said, but you can come to my home and have some fun time with me and my sisters, and my mother also love to welcome you. Then she asked, will your grandpa allow you to come to my place, to come to my home? Joe asked very curiously that whether his grandpa allowed him to go to her house or not. She don't know. Then what happened? Just see. I think he would if I asked. He is very kind, but he thinks I might disturb strangers, said Laurie. Then what happened? Yes, then what happened? Laurie said, if I will ask, I think he will allow. But I have never asked, na. He is very kind, that I know, but he used to say that we should not disturb strangers. We are not strangers. We are your neighbors, and you won't disturb us. Then Joe said, no, we are not strangers, we are neighbors, and you will not disturb us. I know. Then Joe and Laurie started talking about books. Joe was delighted to find that Laurie also loved books and had read more books than her. Then what happened? Laurie, after this, Joe and Laurie started talking about books, and she felt very happy when she came to know that Laurie also loves reading books and had read more books than her. Then in the next page, let us see what happened. If you like them so much, come down to our library, Laurie offered. Grandpa isn't home. Grandpa is not home. Don't be afraid. Laurie said, okay, you also love reading books, then please come down to library. There are so many books to read, and no need to be afraid. Grandpa is not there at home. So, I'm not afraid of anything, Joe replied, tossing her head. While tossing her head means to move her head. Okay, tossing her head, Joe replied that she was not afraid of anything. Laurie laughed and led her through the rooms. He let her examine whatever struck her fancy. Examine means check with interest, and struck her fancy means made her curious. Okay, so Laurie laughed and take her to the library through the rooms. When they were going to the library, they were passing through some rooms. There and he was thinking that he was checking that what all are attracting her. At last they reached the library, where Joe clapped her hands and danced with delight. it lined with books, and then there were pictures and statues, strange little tables and bronze pieces, and best of all, a great open fireplace with a quaint tiles around all round it. Quaint tile means quaint Quintile means given here pretty and old fashioned. So what happened? Laurie, when Laurie had taken her to the library, uh, when she saw the library, she saw so many things like paintings, statues, some antique items like decorative items. She saw so many things there like this, and she was very curious and looking all the things with very interest. And when they reached and when she saw all this, there are so many books, pictures, table, bronze piece. When she saw all this, and she was very happy, and there was a fireplace also. There was a fireplace, where fire is burning with uh, mm, where fire is burning, and it was that place was covered with the old pretty tiles. Quaint means very old and pretty uh, tiles around it. So seeing all this, she started dancing, clapping her hands with great joy. Sorry. What richness! Sighed Joe, sinking into a chair and gazing around her. Theodore Lawrence, you should be the happiest boy in the world. Theodore Lawrence is the full name of Laurie. So, looking all these things, she was thinking that he is a very rich boy. So she said, what a richness! Very surprisingly, wow! What a richness! What a wonderful library it is! And seeing this, she sat on the chair. She said, Theodore Lawrence, very good, very nice, very rich. You are the happiest boy in this world. You are having so big library, beautiful things, so many things you are having. So you are the happiest boy in the world. No one can live on books. What Laurie said, no one can live on books, said Laurie, shaking his hand as he perched on a table. Just then a bell rang and Joe flew up alarmed. It's your grandpa. What shall I do? Then Laurie said, but no one can live on the books only. And he stand near the table. And then Joe heard the bell, and Joe was afraid. She immediately stood up from the chair and said, it's your grandpa. What shall I do now? Laurie said. Then what happened? Well, what if it is? You said you are not afraid of anything, remember? Said Laurie, laughing. But it was only the doctor who had come to check on Laurie. Laurie said, so what if my grandpa is there? And remember that you said that you are not afraid of anything, but grandpa was not there at the door. It was a doctor who came to see Laurie, to check to check him. Then what happened? Would you mind if I left you for a minute? Laurie asked. Jo shook her head and went off to look at a portrait of old Mr. Lawrence. Laurie said, "Please don't mind. I'm leaving you. I'm leaving you for a minute. I am leaving you for a minute, and I will come. I'm coming after a minute." Then Jo said, "Okay, no problem. I am fine. You can go." So Jo started looking at the portrait of Laurie's grandfather, Mr. Lawrence. Then what happened? She was still standing before the portrait when the door opened again. Jo did not turn as she said, "I won't be afraid of your grandpa. He looks stern, but he has kind eyes and I like him." So when again the door opened, Jo was looking at that portrait only that time also, and the door opened again, and but Jo was thinking that Laurie was there, but so she started saying, without looking who was there behind her. So she started saying, "I am not afraid of your grandpa. He looks strict." Stern means strict, but his eyes are very kind. It means he is very kind, and I like your grandpa. "Thank you, ma'am," said a gruff voice behind her. And there, to Jo's great dismay, stood old Mr. Lawrence. Then she turned her face when she heard that rough voice. While looking at the portrait, she heard that gruff voice, very rough and dull voice, and said that she was not afraid of her grandpa. Uh, then then his grandpa said, "Thank you, ma'am." When she heard this voice, she turned her face and felt very shy, very shameful when she saw that Mr. Laurie's grandpa was there. Mr. Lawrence is very amused and invite Jo to tea. There, as Jo and Laurie talk merrily, Mr. Lawrence realizes how lonely Laurie had been and decides to send to Marge's house occasionally. Then Mr. Lawrence invited Jo to have tea with them. To have tea with Mr. Lawrence and Laurie, and he felt that Laurie is very happy with Jo while talking to Jo. So he realized that Laurie was very alone, very lonely. So he decided to send Laurie to. So he decided to allow Laurie to go Jo's house occasionally. Sometimes he used to send him to Jo's house. This is a very, very beautiful story, very wonderful story. I hope you all understood this story till now, this much only. And I want you all to read this story once again, and if you are unable to understand it, you can you can again listen to this video recording. Okay.